Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I want to share with you one of my favorite ways to make pizza. Okay, now I made this last week. It was an idea I got from TikTok where it was like a pasta dish, but I figured I could make it without the pasta. It was gonna be super high protein, super low carb, and still give you like the richness and like the pizza flavor that you're looking for when you're craving pizza. So this doesn't have a crust. You can totally make it like a regular pizza, but the whole point of this is to make it super, super easy, right? So if you aren't someone who is low carb, then you can totally add the pasta. I just think it was so delicious without it. I literally enjoyed it with a salad, and guys, it was delicious. Okay, so this isn't like a traditional pizza because we are going to be topping it with ricotta cheese. The ricotta cheese gives it like a creaminess that you don't get from a regular pizza. So this is kind of like, just think of it as a pizza bake, but we are going to make it full of protein. So we are adding, which I already have over here, I opened it up. We have some grass-fed ground beef. So I'm going to make the beef. Then I'm gonna add in the Italian sausage. So if you are like a meat lover's pizza, like think of like a supreme pizza where you have the bell peppers and onions and then mushrooms. You can add more things to it. You can omit anything that you might not like. I know not everybody likes olives. I do, so I'm adding them. And then for the Italian sausage, you can make them into meatballs. I'm just gonna make my life easy. I'm literally gonna cook everything stovetop, throw it all into my baking dish, and you're gonna see how delicious this comes out. This is something you can make for a weeknight dinner. You can make this for like if you have friends and family coming over and you wanna feed people that you know they're going to love what you make. Guys, I'm telling you, this right here is super, super easy. I'm making it in a big dish just like this because even though it doesn't look like much, once you start adding all the layers, it turns into like a big casserole. So another thing that you can use this recipe for is meal prepping. I don't know if you've noticed this, but every time you make think of spaghetti. Spaghetti always tastes better the next day because it's kind of like the sauce just soaks into everything. Okay, so this is definitely one of those recipes, so you can use this as a meal prep. Every time you heat it up, it's gonna be just as delicious, if not more, okay? So let's move over to the stove. I'm gonna show you how you can make this in literally 15 minutes from start to finish when you get it into the oven, okay? So we have our beef, we're cooking up our sausage, and then we're gonna layer everything up. All right guys, so I made myself a quick lemonade flavor. This is the lemonade salt from Element. This flavor by far is my absolute favorite. It just tastes like a lemonade with like a little bit of tart. I don't know, it's, just think of like limeade, lemonade. It's perfect. I love it. And the fact that it has everything that my body needs, it's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium makes it just that much better, because I feel like even if we are hydrating throughout the day, which I'm horrible at, be very honest, you're definitely not getting all the electrolytes that you need. And this way, I know that I'm getting all my electrolytes. I'm also hydrating and like still enjoying like a good drink. You know what I mean? With Element, you can actually get a free sample pack with any purchase. I'll leave a link in the description below, or you can type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. Either one of those will get you the free sample pack. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of avocado oil, and we're gonna cook these both at the same time. So we have a pound of ground beef. Get that cooking over here. And then we have, is this a pound of mild Italian sausage that I just got at my local store. I love, love, love sausage. So I love breakfast sausage. I love sausage like meatballs, everything. So I didn't want to leave this out. Actually, the one that I made during the week, I didn't add the sausage and it was still really good. So I was like, oh, I know, like I already know it's gonna be so bomb with the Italian sausage. Okay, so for the sausage, you can make them into like little meatballs. I'm just gonna leave little pieces, you know, where it's not completely all dissolved into where it looks like ground beef. I want it to have like little chunks, so when I bite into it, I can taste it. Okay, sausage we're not gonna season. I'm gonna just season our beef Just with a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. You don't even have to cook them all the way through because they're still gonna cook in the oven, but you want the majority of it cooked because it just really cuts down your time. Like, instead of the meat having to cook inside of the oven, it's literally just gonna heat up, get all the cheese melty, make sure everything just combines really, really well in there. So for the ground beef, onion powder, garlic powder, and then we're gonna do our salt and pepper. And that's it. So I'm just gonna let that cook, and then we're gonna move back over, and I'm just gonna show you how to layer everything and get it into the oven. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring our meats over. I have everything already prepped. So we have our ground beef, we have our sausage. Just gonna put that there on the side. Okay, so low sugar marinara. You're just gonna use your favorite brand, your favorite sauce that you usually use. And look at this. So first things first, you're just gonna add your sauce. Okay, and if you're making like a really huge, I think if you're making like a party size or anything like that, then just use double. 1 full jar, and then you still wanna season it because obviously store-bought, I mean, it's good, but you wanna add sazon, you wanna add that flavor. So a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder. And for me personally, I always think that the sauces are like a little tart because, you know, they're made with tomatoes and stuff. So you can always balance it out with a little bit of honey. You could do a little maple, you could do some stevia, sweetener, whatever you have. And then some Italian seasoning. So garlic powder, onion powder, and then Italian. So that's the extent of preparation. It's pretty simple. You could do chili flakes if you like a little spicy. Now we're just gonna basically layer everything. So now I'm just gonna do my ground beef. Okay. So think about how much protein is actually in this bake, okay? Because we have our ground beef. Now you have a whole packet of our sausage. Okay, and we're gonna give everything a mix, so just toss everything in. Now you're gonna just do like your favorite vegetables. I did some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Some bell peppers. You can do different colors. You can do your favorite onion. If you don't like onion, don't do it. This is what I have on hand, so I'm using a red onion. Okay, now remember, olives, optional. If you like them, add them. If not, then you just omit it. And now let's give it a good mix. Okay, so I ended up mixing a tiny bit of bone broth into this because I felt like it was a little thick. You can do a little water, just depends, because some of the sauces are a little runnier, some are a lot thicker, so you're just gonna use your judgment, but this is basically what you want it to look like. It's saucy, it's not too wet. Now, you can definitely, so think about this. If you are gonna serve this with pasta, definitely do like another jar, make it super saucy. If you're gonna eat it like this, where you're going totally low carb, you want it to be more of like a dish, then this is perfect. 1 jar for all of this is gonna work. Now, you can leave it as is. I wanted like a little bit more toppings on it. So I have some here on the side. I'm gonna go in with the pizzeria style. Okay, so this is a pizzeria style blend. It's like the thick cut. Just grab this at my local store. I've been liking it. I like the taste, I like the texture. It melts really nice for pizzas. So if you have it, then use it. If not, use mozzarella, use whatever you have, whatever you typically use for pizza. Just kind of, you know, use your judgment. Like, you want it to top your pizza, like your whole dish. What is this, 8 ounces? Guys, it's only a cup, 1 cup of cheese. And now we're gonna go in with our pepperoni. And this is just a little extra meat. This is the official Meat Lovers pizza right here. We got the pepperoni, we got the sausage, the beef. You know, the one that I made, I actually added chicken and it was so good. Like, it was so good with chicken. It's the only other meat I had, and so I was like, wait, is this gonna turn out? But it did, it turned out so good. So we have that, and now let's just go ahead and add a little bit more toppings, just so that it looks officially like a supreme Meat Lovers. Look at that, beauty. Super quick, literally like 10 minutes to throw everything together. I think what takes the longest is cooking up the beef and the sausage, but putting it together literally takes 2 minutes. Toss, 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 mix, toss it into the oven, and guys, you're gonna have an amazing dinner. I'm telling you, this is definitely great for like a weeknight dinner, meal prep. Kids love this. And the thing about kids is that you get to give them like something that they love, because kids always love pizza, but you know that you're nourishing their bodies. Like, they are getting a lot of protein. So this guy is, my oven is preheated to 375. This is going in, and basically what we're doing is just melting everything, making it nice and cheesy, and heating everything up. So it's gonna take about, I would say, 15 minutes or so. I'll show you what it looks like, and then wait until you see when this is done. You will understand what I'm talking about. All right, broiler is off. You always have to be really careful with the broiler because it can easily burn, but look at that. Woo! Looks so good. And I didn't even add that much cheese, to be honest. I feel like 1 cup for all of this is, you know, just a normal amount, but okay, it looks good. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna top it with. This is not traditional, but it takes it over the top. So now, I know this is not the usual, but you have to trust me on this. This tastes amazing with ricotta on top, okay? Literally just gonna top our pizza bake. Some in the middle. I don't know what it is about these dollops, but I am telling you, worth every bit of it, okay? So, you know, just, that's how we're gonna top it. You can do like little baby ones all around. I just did dollops last time and it worked. And then we have some basil, some fresh basil. And I'm just gonna kind of roughly chop it. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is, you can literally just have it as is, but remember when I mentioned that like the sauce is sometimes like a little acidic? So what I'm gonna do is balance it out with a little honey, okay? Again, completely optional, but what this is gonna give it is kind of like that hot honey, like a little bit of hot honey, because hot honey is basically honey and chili flakes. So I'm gonna do here, let's actually do the chili flakes first. So we're gonna do some chili flakes right on top. Okay. That's why I didn't add too much inside, because I wanted to top it like this. And then just do a little drizzle. And this really, it just balances it out. Instead of adding it inside, you can literally just top it like this. And I don't know what it is, but it gives it like cherry on top. It's like the final touch. It brings it all together. And then you have all the protein, you have all the veggies and everything. The ricotta gives it like a nice creaminess. It just gives it like a really nice mouthfeel. I'm telling you, this right here is one of my favorite like bakes that I've made in a long time. And I make bakes all the time. All right, guys, so it got a little messy because I had to take a picture, get like a nice little beauty shot, but this is something we're gonna have for dinner. But of course, I have to give you a little taste test to let you know how perfect this turned out. You got a little bit of everything on there: pepperoni, beef, veggies, everything. Cheers. Guys, I am telling you, I don't know what it is about all these combinations mixed together. It's probably like my top 3, in the top 3 of all the casseroles I've ever made. Okay, so if you've tried some of my casseroles, you know they're delicious. This one is worth making. I'm telling you, if you are a pizza lover, this is a casserole for you. Full of protein, super nourishing, very filling. You could do it for dinner, you could do it for meal prep. Even if you just have friends over, trust me, this is a recipe that everyone will enjoy. So I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description below. Guys, if you like this video, if you like this idea, show me some love, go hit the like button. And don't forget to share, please share this recipe, share my channel with your friends and family. Whether they're on a weight loss journey, maybe they're trying to make healthier choices, they love pizza. Things like this could be really, really helpful for them. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.